My name is Juwan Blocker, also known as the Accountability Partner. I am a local community advocate as well as an inspirational speaker. Now, 2025 has been one for the history books for sure. As I go back and I reflect as we prepare to embark in this next chapter, which is this new year, 2026, I am often reminded or find myself reflecting on how we survived everything that we had to come through and face this year. And, first and foremost, I strongly believe that we have ultimately overcame so many obstacles because of God. Nothing's possible without the belief in God, the belief in faith, right? And I know that's something that has been with me throughout this very challenging year. I also think that we all work together, right? So, during the government shutdown specifically, I've seen so many community stakeholders, so many different community leaders, so many neighbors helping neighbors, and so many folks depending on one another and giving back, whether it was a food drive, whether it was a clothing drive, whether it was picking up the phone and checking on your neighbors. I mean, that sense of unity, us coming together, is what we need beyond situations that present themselves. And so I think that's how we all survived, with God and then helping each other and looking out for one another. Now, as we move forward in 2026, I think that one thing that this government shutdown has exposed, among so many other things, is the importance of believing in whatever you believe God has created you to do and to be here on this earth. And so, what do I mean by that? I believe that we put so much emphasis, right? So much effort, so much of our strength, right? Our natural raw talents that God has created us or built in us, behind jobs, behind titles, behind position. And while I understand the importance of it, I think that we also have to spend more time in 2026 also figuring out, okay, God, what specifically have you created me for and to do on this earth? Because I strongly believe that when you are walking in whatever you believe God's calling and purpose is for your life, He'll ultimately make provisions for you. And so, you won't necessarily always find yourself in a situation where you're beholden to a specific job title, a specific, pay scale. So when we have issues like a government shutdown or you lose a job, you have that personal brand, which is your legacy that you're going to leave behind that nobody can take away. And I know that's something that I have consistently been working on throughout all of these challenging times in 2025, and something that I'm focused on in 2026. And I hope to bring that same encouragement, right? That same awakening, the need and the urgency for you to build your own personal brand into 2026 as an inspiration